What's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, you guys. Um, yeah, so welcome back, you guys, to my channel. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I promise you will not regret it. We have fun over here. So hey, take off your shoes and stay a while. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up on this video, as well as comment down below. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on a couple of things that are going on out there in these YouTube streets. I want to talk a little bit about this whole Stacy Dash seal Oprah Winfrey scuttlebutt that's going on out there, because I think it's important to, one, have these conversations, and two, I think it's important to weigh in on things, because as you guys know, I suck at the tea to Oprah. I love Oprah. I think Oprah gives us beautiful bodies of work. I think her good definitely outweighs her bad. Um, and when it comes to putting out beautiful bodies of work that have people of color in it, hands down, sorry, she wins every time, and I pay homage to her for that reason. Now I am slightly bitter and upset that she didn't pick up Underground. I think it was a missed opportunity, and you know, considering she put $21 million behind Weight Watchers, I just think Underground would have been just as great of an investment. But I digress. Where it comes to this whole Me Too movement situation, I hear that, you know, one, Oprah did this beautiful speech at the Golden Globes that everybody loved, and all of these sudden, you know, you have to watch this type of conversation that people have when, you know, she has this great speech, and it's like, Oprah, she can do no wrong, she should run for president. No, she shouldn't. No, she should not. Why would you want to ruin your life by running for president? It doesn't make any sense. You know, you're already doing good. You're already affecting change. You're already having impact in this world. You don't need to run for president. This is what people do to stoke the flames of hubris and vanity. You know what I'm saying? When they know it's something that's going to consume you and devour you, you don't need to be in that pit. Okay, you don't need to be a part of that. And for you to think that that's something that you can do and do successfully, I think it would be foolish of her to even try. Um, and it's just it's a different pit of snakes. Now Hollywood is a pit of snakes, but politics, baby, no ma'am. She don't need that. She got plenty already. She don't need that. Um, so but having said all of that, I do think that Oprah knew. I think Meryl Streep knew. I think Harvey Weinstein's wife knew. I mean, the studio knew. The guy who you know, worked at the gate down it buzzed people in knew. You know what I'm saying? The guy that drove the bus with the you know, the Asian fans on it taking pictures of the studio knew. You know what I'm saying? Like who didn't know? Everybody knew. But it's an exchange of power. Okay. You need something from someone in order to get that something that you want more than anything. Without struggle, without fight, you must give something up. And obviously, this is something people were willing to give up. Now, do I think Oprah is proud of the fact that she knew? No. Do I think Meryl Streep is proud of the fact that she knew? No. The fact that you would deny it says to me that you're not proud of that fact. It indicates a modicum of shame about it. But you know, what do? We take those mistakes that we have made and we try to rectify them by doing better going forward. And I think that her taking sort of the helm of this in the Hollywood sphere, I mean, they've collected some $14 million, for the Time's Up and Me Too movement. I think it's more for the Time's Up movement, which is a separate issue altogether. Um, is their way of sort of rectifying the situation, and any individual that wants to focus more on the fact that they knew than the fact that they're trying to rectify those wrongs now, is a hater. It just is a hater. Um, and I do believe that Steele knew. I think he is completely lying when he says it was no reflection on Oprah. He has a lot of respect for Oprah. I think he is completely and totally lying. I think Heidi Klum called him and was like, "Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you really about to do this now?" And I keep is going to college in a few years. Like, what are you talking about? What are you doing? We don't do this. You know what I'm saying? And he took it back. But if he didn't mean to implicate Oprah, he would have never used her photo. Why would you use her photo in such a detrimental post if it wasn't about her? So that theory does not hold. I mean, that excuse doesn't hold water for me. So still can miss me with that. Now he had a couple of choice things to say about Stacy Dash because Stacy Dash weighed in on. But Stacy Dash is an agitator, and she did this open letter that was so freaking long. She loves to hear the sound of her own voice, and I think she was doing a lot to come across very well written, very well spoken. When she really sort of chased her tail in a lot of areas, she could have really cut that letter down quite a bit, kind of like a resume. She could have took it from 2 pages to 1 page easy, just by, not putting so much filler in the letter. It was a very, very long read. I do agree with some parts. I do agree that Hollywood is a lot like high school. I don't agree with the fact that administrators and other teachers know that there are perverted teachers out there and they don't speak up just like they did in Hollywood. I disagree with that. I think it's two different kinds of pervert, and it's two different kinds of two different scenarios. In other words, I think teachers and other kids tend to speak up a lot more, and their children. So it's very, very different as opposed to adults in Hollywood. And again, it's a transfer of power. You've got power, you've got money, you've got status, you've got roles that I want. And how far am I willing to go or allow you to go in order to get that transfer of power? How much of my power am I willing to let you take or outright give you in order to get some of the power that you have? um and these are adults. In most of these cases with these women speaking up, they're adults. Okay, not all of them. There was some instances where younger actresses, in their teens were speaking up, but for the most part it was mostly adults. So I just think that comparison didn't compare in all. And I don't know a lot of teachers that wouldn't speak up, because for you not to speak up is ruining your own reputation as a teacher. It's ruining your own good name as a teacher. So I disagree with that. So I think that was a far stretch, but I do think there is this whole Mean Girls scenario. There's this whole popularity type thing that goes on. What I didn't like was that blend of, at one hand, very, very small amount of appreciation for women who have made the sacrifice to come out, and a huge, huge, heavy-handed load of um, accusing a lot of people of making false accusations. And here is where I think Stacy Dash exposes herself as not only an agitator but as a voice for white males. I do believe she speaks for white males. I think she is supposed to be their wolf in sheep clothing, because she spoke, like I said, in a very heavy-handed way about um about it the Me Too movement, the Times Up movement, y'all excuse me, um the Times Up movement and the Me Too movement de-evolving. You know, it really kind of is just getting going good, but it's supposed to be de-evolving into a bevy of false accusations. I mean, you're trying to sully it. You're trying to sully it. It comes across as haterish, and it also you come across as a saboteur, you know, and it just further, you know, solidifies my thought processes about you, Stacy Dash, and that is that you are sold out in a way that you yourself don't even recognize within your own self. Like, girl, you are so sold out. And you know, you dress it up, you spray it with perfume, you put a gob of red lipstick on it, and you try to present it as something other than what it is, which is bullshit. Stinky, hot, steaming bullshit. Okay? And like I said, you sprinkled a little support, but you were so heavy-handed with backbiting and being demonstrative and putting the movement down and trying to sort of sully the name of the movement by talking mostly about people who knew but didn't say anything. It's irrelevant. Okay, they didn't say anything. They don't say a lot about a lot of stuff. Y'all seen my video when I said we're making this Me Too movement, and not Me Too. I don't want to say that because it's a very kind-hearted and special woman started the Me Too movement. But this whole Hollywood exposing Hollywood for sexual impropriety, I also wanted to hear them expose Hollywood for being highly racist and divisive when it comes to races. Um, and that we've yet to see that happen, okay, on a broad spectrum, you know, and I have a problem with that. But at the same time, I can respect the fact that people are saying you did it, you did it, and you did it, and you know you did it. What I don't respect though is people coming out just jumping on the bandwagon. It's gonna always be some a one in every bunch, or two or three, a handful of people in every crowd that are going to try to get over. Okay, and we have to find a way to weed out those things, but we can't throw all of the good that is coming from this situation out because of these bad eggs. What we have to do is get rid of these bad eggs. Okay, we have to find a way to shift this movement into something more, into laws, into rules and regulations, where as it pertains to the SAG and the SAG AFRA and all of those little groups and stuff that you have to sign up for when you're actors and singers and all that other stuff and Hollywood, um, you know, players. But you know, I wanted to just come in and talk about a little bit about this because I do believe that Oprah knew. I believe that Glenn Close knew. I believe a lot of people knew. But at the same time, yeah, you when you know better, you do better. For whatever reason, they didn't say something. A lot of people didn't say something. The people that it was happening to didn't say anything at the time. So why would we blame Oprah for knowing and not saying anything? It's a moot point. But now that we know better, now that we have our courage, now that we it has been exposed, now we can all start to work together towards the good. And that's really what it's about. And Stacy Dash once again misses the opportunity to come alongside her sisters and stand in solidarity. Every opportunity that you can get to chip away at the greatness of black people, of people of color, you do it, Stacy Dash. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to agree with Seal. I don't agree with him about a lot of things. I do think he lied, but I do believe you live in the sunken place, girl. I do believe that. And I think it's going to come a day when you're going to wake up and realize that it's just you and nobody else. Because the people that you are selling out are not going to be here for you. And the people who are causing you to sell out, who are convincing you to sell out, are not going to be here for you, and that is going to be a lonely, lonely existence for you, Stacy Dash. You guys tell me what you think about it. I'm going to put a link to the article down below. Y'all let me know what you think about it. It is a very, very long read, but you will get halfway through this read and you will realize what I'm saying is true. She is very, very light on the compliments and very, very, very heavy on the shade. Very, very, very heavy on the negative comments about the movement and the people behind the movement. Um, Everybody is not right in this movement, but I don't want to sully the good of the movement for these few ones here. There's a lot to be said, but we don't need Stacy Dash to say it. That's for sure. We don't. I do agree with um, the comparison of high school to a certain degree. And I do agree that there's a lot that goes on in Hollywood that hasn't been exposed. But here's an opportunity for you to expose that, Stacy Dash. But you don't do that. Instead, you choose to drag the movement. And I don't understand why you would do that. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Put it down below. Let's talk about it. Again, it's a very long article. You guys are welcome to read it and give me your thoughts. Put them down below. What do y'all think about Stacy Dash? What do y'all think about Seal? What do y'all think about Oprah? Do y'all believe she knew? Y'all let me know. Put it down below. Until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'll holla.